Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Zone Secrets. It's your Raz here. Before we jump in this video guys, the usual drill, please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. I would really appreciate it. If you like today's content, today's video, give it a thumbs up. Post some comments down below, let me know what you think of today's content. And obviously hit your notification bell if you're subscribed to my channel so you know the next time I post a video, alright? So I'm just going to jump right into this. Jada Smith caught laughing at the Will Smith slapping scandal, okay? So guys, new footage has just been released. Photos are coming out on social media and film footage is coming out on social media of another angle of that slapping. And if you've not seen my previous video on this Will Smith scandal, check that out in the video list below about how Will Smith is the biggest beta male, okay, the worst beta male in Hollywood, okay. Can't remember the title of it, but it's down below. You'll find that video very interesting. So let's not digress here, okay. So she's been caught laughing, you know, there was another angle and it's come out all over social media, and she was caught laughing when he walked up and did a disgusting thing. Absolutely diabolical, disgusting, beta male, cuck, simp behaviour that I've never seen, to my knowledge, a celebrity ever do live before at a ceremony like this. So, disgusted, absolutely disgusted. And we didn't get to see her reaction until now. All the footage is coming out, and she was laughing. She was laughing. Okay, so this ties in and leads on from my previous video about Will Smith being a beta cuck simp mangina. Okay, and how he has become cuck simp, beta male. Okay, that's a puppet on the string to Jada Pinkett Smith. Now this woman, guys, right? This woman, because he has been a cuck, right, and because he's not held his frame in this relationship as a high value male, if you are in a relationship, guys, you need to hold your frame. You need to lead that relationship. And this is exactly what happens if you don't maintain the leadership in that relationship. You don't act as a high value male. That female has she has no respect for you. She has no faith in you being a leader, you being the man in that relationship. She starts to become the dominant person in that relationship. She starts to adopt the masculine traits in that relationship dynamic, and therefore he becomes the female in the relationship, and she therefore becomes the male of the relationship, i.e. she starts to dominate that relationship, right guys? And if this is the dynamics of that relationship, or any relationship, forget Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, narcissistic, and I'll say it, G.I. Jane too, narcissistic evil woman, right? Forget that. Any relationship where you as a man don't have the respect in that relationship, don't behave like the man in the relationship, don't hold your frame in the relationship, guys. And I've told you about holding the frame. What does that mean? Holding the frame, being the dominant, the dominant masculine, the leader in that relationship, and hold your frame at all times. Don't be shit tested by a woman. Don't take a woman's nonsense, rubbish. Don't be disrespected by your partner. There's no need to be rude. There's no need to disrespect the females. And I'm not saying this or disrespect your partner, but you must hold dominance. You must hold the frame. You must not allow disrespect in any way by your partner, by any female. If you allow disrespect, that female will have no respect for you. You have to cut the disrespect there straight away, and you have to make that female really understand you will not put up with the shit tests, as I like to say, or the disrespect. And because Will Smith has failed to do this, straight from the get-go, he has failed to do this. He has not held the masculine position in that relationship. He's not been the high value male, although he looks like the high value male. He's in Hollywood, he's achieved all this success. That woman runs a relationship. That woman has become the dominant masculine authority in that relationship, and she has him on a string, guys. She has him on a string, and as a result of that, his actions, okay, his actions are have been induced by her, okay, by her. Because if you look at that video, right, if you look at that video of Will Smith, right, he's laughing when Chris Rock makes that joke. He's laughing at it. He wasn't offended. But then you see the camera cut off to Chris Rock, and then Chris Rock go, oh, Richard, oh, and then Will Smith walks up, but you don't see what's happened. And now Jada Pinkett Smith has been caught laughing. Okay, so obviously Will Smith at some point must have turned and saw her reaction, because she was caught in the camera going like this, doing a face, you know, like she didn't like it. It's a bloody joke, okay? G.I. Jane was a movie with Demi Moore, and he said G.I. Jane too. I get it, right? It's not offensive. I'm sure Chris Rock didn't mean it in terms of her medical condition, which apparently she has areata alopecia, which is a hair condition, okay? There's no way do I believe Chris Rock was poking fun at her medical condition. They're comedians, for God's sake. They are going to pick fun at the audience. And let me give you an example of this, guys, all right? I want to give you an example of this on a normal level, not on a celebrity Oscar level, right? When I used to work at one of my jobs, and we all used to meet up, and we used to go to this bar, we had a comedian that did live singing, okay, live singing, and part of his act was live singing. Fantastic singer. And what he used to do was, he used to, as the punters used to be in the bar, he used to like pick out certain partners having their drink and have a go at them. And it was really, really funny jokes. He was quite smart, quite witted, and he used to do it to me. And the jokes were along the terms of racial jokes, you know, making cultural racial jokes, right? But I didn't take it offensively, guys, right? Like Shiraz, who's running the shop, it was quite funny. I didn't take it to heart, because I knew that was part of his act. As a comedian, you're going to get roasted, okay? You go into one of these places and you're going to get roasted. That's just the way it is at these comedy things. And people like Ricky Gervais roasted the whole Golden Globes, and nobody reacted like that. Okay, so if you're going, that's part of what a comedian's act is, for God's sake. Where has the free speech gone? What's happened to the culture where even comedians can't have a go now for fear of getting slapped? You know, what are the Oscar awards doing? Okay, what are the Oscar awards doing? What safety has a comedian got to do his act now? What safety now? They're going to fear all what they can say and what they can't say, and that destroys the fun out of comedy. That destroys the fun out of these people's acts. That's part of their business. That's what their act is, guys. Their act is poking fun at people. So I've had it done to me. I'm sure you've had it done to you at comedy shows, and that's what comedy's all about. But yeah, this beta cuck gets up and he slaps Chris Rock in public for this woman, okay, for this woman who is narcissistic, is egotistical. She doesn't live in the real world, okay. She's destructive, she's toxic, okay, and she has him like a puppet on a string. So therefore, she was laughing when he slapped Chris Rock. She was laughing, guys. Now, surely, if this woman was a supportive partner, if this woman cared about his career, if this woman did really love Will Smith, cared about him, all the work he's put in to achieve that Oscar, everything he's done for her, all the public humiliation he's put up with for her, all the public disgrace he's put up with her, he's become a beta cuck because of her. He's become the biggest simp in Hollywood because of her. Everything that he's done. Surely this woman, right, if she was a good, deep down good woman that cared about her man, would have done the right thing, and stopped him in his tracks, right? Or reprimanded him somehow when he came back, saying, why did you do that, or whatnot, or looked in shock, or oh my God, what is my husband doing? My God, don't do this. But what has she done? She has been caught, guys, laughing when he slapped Chris Rock. Laughing when he slapped Chris Rock. Guys, you know, this just shows you the toxic relationship dynamic that these two have, the sick toxic dynamic these two have. And you just have to look at their children. Their children are all messed up. You know, the young boy is tweeting that, and this is how we do it, inducing his father's violence. He dresses in female clothes, and the daughter apparently is non-gender or something. She's what's the word? I can't remember the word for it, but she's not into men, and she's not into any kind of sex. She takes everything, you know. So if you've got to look at the entire family, right, as a result of that toxic relationship, it's severely damaged. And why? Because Will Smith couldn't hold his frame. He couldn't hold his masculine frame because Jada Pinkett Smith is manipulative, narcissistic, evil woman that has Will Smith on a string. And because she knows how to pull his button, she knows he won't leave her, she knows she can get away with whatever she wants, including having sexual relations behind his back, in front of his face. She's not even remorseful about it, which I went into in my other video. And then she laughs when he slaps Chris Rock. So she's enjoying having her slave, having her puppet on the string do her bidding. So because he did her bidding and slapped Chris Rock, humiliated this poor man who was just doing his job, doing his comedic sketch and introducing the show, she was loving it, and she was laughing like his evil master. She was laughing like his evil controller, okay? Like his evil handler. So she's basically Will Smith's handler. She's not his wife, she's his handler. She's narcissistic, evil, destructive, okay? And she's been now blatantly caught. There's photos of it. She's been blatantly caught laughing when he slapped her. So we all know what this leads to. It leads to her now full controlling Will Smith. She's had control of him for ages. You know, the fact that he can't leave her, the fact that and because of this, because of all this has happened, okay, this man, all this man's 30 years of work has been destroyed. Guys, it's going to take him a very, very long time to repair this, if he can repair it. He might even lose his Oscar because of this woman, and she enjoyed the whole thing by laughing. She's been caught laughing, so she's enjoying her husband humiliating himself also, and doing her bidding by slapping this guy. She's enjoying this drama. She knew this would be destructive to her husband's career, and she just watched that happen and watched his career being destroyed in that 10-12 seconds of his actions, you know. And she's enjoying it like a narcissistic, evil woman, okay? And this is why you have to, what lesson do you take away from this, guys, okay? Because of somebody like this evil Jada Pinkett Smith. Just be very careful about the relationships you enter. Be very careful about the drama you get involved in with these females. And if you do get into relationships, guys, you have to seriously do your work, and you have to seriously do your research on your partner really thoroughly. Look for the red flags, guys, and I'm going to do a video on red flags that you have to look for. The red flags, the psychological mental state of the people you're getting involved in, because this is what it leads to. This is what it leads to. Because this guy made a bad choice in his life, you know, he ended up leaving his first wife by having an affair with Jada, divorced his first wife, married Jada, and he didn't really research her. He didn't research where her mind was, the type of woman she was, how she was still in love with Tupac, you know, her narcissistic tendencies, her toxicity, you know, She doesn't live in the real world. She's evil. She's self-serving. He didn't look at all that. He fell in love with her, married her, and in that entire relationship, she's destroyed his career. Okay, and she's destroyed him as a person. She's made him a very, very destructive, very, very confused, destructive man, you know, that really needs to look inside himself. And a lot of that, what happened at the Oscars, that slapping was a cry for help because of the abuse he suffered from her. So the abused becomes the abuser. So he takes the abuse, therefore ripple. It's a ripple effect, and he starts to mimic what he's gone through and abuse somebody else, you know. So he replicates the abuse he suffered, and that's what basically that slapping was all about, his inner turmoil. So he's taking the abuse and the humiliation this narcissistic, evil, self-serving woman has subjected on him, and in that moment he couldn't hold on to his emotions. If he was a high-value male, he would have held his frame, held his emotions, okay, and spoke like high-value male should. Afterwards, if he was that bothered by it, you should got him aside and say, listen, I didn't appreciate what you said about my wife. That's what a proper high-value male did. But because he was not in control of his emotions, right, he had a feminine burst. He's a very feminine person, and he had that feminine outburst and went and did that, which is probably going to, ultimately, guys, I think it will ruin his career. Okay, ultimately it will ruin his career. I don't think this is a massive tarnish in his career, and he will lose his Oscar over it, or he could lose his Oscar over it. And as for that evil woman, caught, there you go, caught like Satan, like the wee slave, like the handler, caught laughing at how her little minion is doing the work for her. So she gets off scot-free. She looks all the innocent one, whereas he's ended up in public humiliation, destroying his career, and he's possibly is going to destroy his career, because, I mean, how's he going to get over this? So with that, I'll end it here, guys. If you liked the video, I hope you've learned some lessons from this, guys, all right? So, and you can take some lessons from this, some lessons from female nature and female behaviour, you know, and the slime of Jada Pinkett Smith, and the evil nature of Jada Pinkett Smith. So, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please post some comments down below. Remember to subscribe. Remember to support my channel. Comment down below. Jada Pinkett Smith is evil. Jada Pinkett Smith is evil. Jada Pinkett Smith, you've been caught. Put some comments down below. Caught. Jada Pinkett Smith is slime. Okay. Jada Pinkett Smith is slime. Comment down below, guys. And Will Smith is a beta male. If you think Will Smith is a beta male, if you think he's not acting like a high value man, post down Will is a beta. Will is a beta. With that said, guys, I'm going to let you go there. Hope you have a great Saturday. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you've watched it through the end, I really appreciate that you've watched this video through the end, because there's hundreds of YouTube channels out there that you could be watching. More content to come. Shiraz out this Saturday. Have a great evening.